Everything in my life that I'm doing, just coincidentally, is very aligned with the heart. Because I think I've begun to choose the heart more and more. I just want to press record and tell the truth. I found this meditation group called the Sri Chinmoy. I did one of his meditations, and it was like one of the best meditations I've ever done. And like all the people there, I feel like come from this like childlike heart perspective, right? It's not in your mind, and there isn't these like complications, but it's very innocent, it's very pure. And the people that are in the center, that are drawn to the center, are very much heart people. And I did a meditation there and it felt good. And then after that first time, I went to a park, and then I was like jumping around, and then I decided to take my shirt off and just like lie on the grass with my back flat on the grass. And it felt amazing. But I think that actually got me a bit sick, because the next day I was a bit sick. I love having a slight fever because for some reason it puts my headspace in this really cozy like ASMR lo-fi hip-hop vibe where I just feel everything is calm. It's like, look, you're literally sick right now. There are no obligations for you to like hustle and do shit. You can literally, this is the best excuse for you to just chill out and do nothing, and you'll never feel bad about it. So I did, and I fasted that day as well, and I just felt so good. And ever since then, I've retained that feeling of surrender, of like, look, you've lost your money, you've lost everything, that's okay, just sit. And melt into the earth. But ever since then, I've developed a really good routine of meditation in nature. And it's gotten me so clear on what I need to do. Like, all the random bullshit things I was doing to sort of avoid this, I almost immediately cut away. You know, maybe it was like the eclipse season or whatever astrologically, but it really actually aligned with exactly what I was going through. Like, there was this Korean language group that I was going to. It was just for fun because it was like free and stuff. But then at a certain point, I could feel the way they were teaching was very mind-based and wasn't from the heart. And the vibe was just off, and I could feel like I was just pretending to be in there. So I cut that off. And then I was working on this like game show YouTube project. And again, it was very much mental and it wasn't in the heart. And I cut that off. And now everything in my life that I'm doing just coincidentally is very aligned with the heart. Because I think I've begun to choose the heart more and more, and everything in my life now is beginning to reflect that more and more. Like, I still of course go to my mind, and I'm not perfect in my heart, but at least I feel like I've completely excavated the mental bottom, and now I'm like entering the initial phases of the heart kingdom. Kingdom Hearts. That's my favorite video game as well. And even this like game I've been playing, that's like, it's so wholesome and childlike and fun and like heart and loving actually. Like, it's such a beautiful, cute community. I'll tell you about it because you can play it with me too if you want. It's this game called Sketchful. Sketchful.io, I think. Like sketch, like as in drawing, and full as F-U-L, Sketchful. But it's an online Pictionary game where you just join a random lobby with random people around the world, and you just play Pictionary essentially. Like, you draw words for people to guess, and you guess other people's words. And you know, while you're guessing, you can just have a chat. You know, like, you know, you can chat about how cute the drawings were, or like sometimes it's like people know people on there because they always see them over and over again, like the same username. So they're like, "Oh, hey again, what's up?" And it's just it's just such a loving, beautiful, wholesome community that the game has, and I just love it so much. So I play that as well sometimes when I'm like, okay, I've had enough of writing my book. I need to start writing a book. I need to take a break. You know, what can I do? It's like, because I love playing these sorts of games, you know? These like word guessing games with other people. And then you can play and you can chat, and it's so wholesome and fun, and like, and I was like, last night, I was like, oh, thanks, such a good game, guys, but I need to go as well. I need to sleep. And then I was, you know, I was about to quit because I didn't think anyone was going to say anything after. Like, you know, because sometimes you're like, oh, I need to go. And then they stay for like 5 minutes, like seeing if anyone would be like, bye as well. I'm like, oh, come on, just go, it's fine. So I was like, I'll just go. But then it's like right before I clicked exit, someone was like, bye, Aura.
because that's my username. Or and I was like, oh, I wish I stayed and be like, oh, bye. Thank you for being so nice and playing with me, because I really love you. I really love you. You were so fun to play with. You know, it's not a game like Dota where it gets really hostile sometimes, I think. Whereas this is such a wholesome, chill game that, you know, even though you are sort of competing in a way of like who can guess the fastest and get the most points, it's like, it's so much more loving. Now, even if initially you have this rivalry with someone that's like close to points to you, like after a while you're just having fun and loving the. It's like you appreciate that this person is also on a similar wavelength to you. It's like a comrade. Like, oh, you know, I wonder if you're gonna get this word the same way I'm gonna get this word, and at the same time. And sometimes you do. You're like, whoa, whoa, and it's almost like even though you don't know what this guy looks like or what his real name is, and you're not even having a real conversation, but there's a degree of connection that you're sharing that I feel like transcends a lot of real life small talk sometimes, you know, because it's like you're both operating literally on the same wavelength. Like you're guessing the same words at the same time, you're making the same mistakes at the same time. You're like, whoa, we're connected. And it feels so cool. And sometimes it's like, it's really funny. Like sometimes the more you try to guess the words of your mind, the less likely you're gonna get it. But when you relax and you just literally like, or let go of trying to win or get the word right, this like indescribable surreal sense of intuition, like a blanket, floods over your body. It just slowly descends upon you and coats you from the head down. And and it gets absorbed into your body like this like purple starry duvet blanket. And you just know what the word is. Like you're literally connecting to intuition and the ethers, and it gives you the answers from there. It could also be an effective morphic resonance that when other people get the word as well, it gives you a higher chance of getting it. Because seriously, sometimes it comes into my brain and I'm like, I have absolutely no idea how that link was made. Because I wasn't even thinking about anything remotely to it, but I just knew immediately through literally this divine spark of intuition. And I'm like, I'm accessing the answer not through my mental engine of trying to figure it out, but from pure intuition. I just swallowed the word, and it's beautiful. And even like now, my YouTube videos, like, thank you guys that are watching. I didn't really think people would, but you know, even with YouTube, I think a lot of it was from ego and trying to like get subscribers and stuff like that. But really now, I think, as much as I try to, I just want to be real. I just want to press record and tell the truth. It's been working. Like, you know, that first video I made of like, I'm 32 and I asked my dad for money. Like, that got a lot of views, even though a lot of people were like, get a fucking job, you loser. I was like, whatever. And then my previous video as well, I think the algorithm did something because it's like way more views than usual. So, like, even if I'm only getting like 800 views per video, but it's like this, you know, like, oh my God, holy fucking shit. If it's like the most delicious 800 views I've ever had in my entire fucking life. Like, and it beats the 9 million views that I would get from making some stupid comedy video that I'm just doing to get popular and like have validation for my ego. So thank you. I love you and I appreciate you and I thank you. I really do. Thank you so much for being here. Like, I'm so glad I can find a sense of connection and love through the internet like this. And I think it's something I've always wanted, but I kept trying to manipulate my way to be more appealing, and then that would never get the people that truly make you feel understood, loved.